Hi everyone, this is Noah Sandler from Mtgo Academy, and today we're going to be doing an Eldritch Moon 8-4 single elimination draft. So let's jump into queue. And not a great pack. Two cards really stand out: Somber World Stag and Subjugator Angel. And the rest is pretty meh. The Tattered Haunter's probably the next best card. Oath of Liliana is not that great. Sorcery Speed Edict effects are pretty marginal. Your opponent could just have a token, and there's stuff like a Enlightened Maniac, random cards that you don't mind sacrificing to the effect. So I think I prefer Stag over Angel, but I think they're relatively close. Here we have a lot of really good white cards. Priest, Outrider, Lone Rider, and Dawngryff, Paladin, they're decent too. There's a Lashweed Lurker that could go with our Stag, but it's a different color. Some decent black, the Elite, and Certain Death. So what I just passed, Subjugator Angel? Between Priest and Lone Rider, I think that's pretty close. Though if we are green-white, I feel like Lone Rider might actually be better, since you're going to play a good number of pump spells. So I could definitely just ship the white and take Lashweed Lurker and try to be green-blue emerge, but I don't know. Seems kind of risky. Like, I might not even be green. I'm already taking a gold card compared to a card that's about as powerful just in one color. So I don't know. Pack 2 might end up pretty bad, but if white ends up open, and there is a rare missing, so white might not be open, but if white doesn't, ooh. No, could have 2. I mean, they don't necessarily get much better multiples, but well, I guess they kind of do. Yeah, it's just your curve gets a little clunky, but the card's really good. Let's just take a Shrill Howler here. Spreading Flames is an interesting card. I've heard a lot of different opinions on it. Now, 7 mana is pretty expensive. The card will, I'd say, usually kill 2 creatures. Sometimes your opponent has a giant creature, and it's just 1-for-1 for 7 mana, which is obviously expensive. It's nice that it's an instant. If you're really aggressive, you're just not playing any 7-drops, so sometimes you can cut the card, but it is very powerful. So I don't think it's so powerful that we need to take it here, but I do think it's a pretty good card overall. We're just going to take the Howler. Just good attacker, could fit well in a green-white deck. This Lurker, I mean, maybe the Lurkers would table, but they seem to be a bit underrated. Wow, Geist of the Archives. Prey upon Uvenwald Captive. I'm probably just going to take the Captive, which I think is maybe the second best card. Geist is probably better. I mean, the blue-green is so open right now. I'm kind of worried that maybe someone else jumps in behind us. But, I mean, I'm just going to take the card. We're already green for sure. So, yeah, I'm just going to take the Captive. And It of the Horrid Swarm. Pretty late Brazen Wolves. I also like Stitcher's Graft a good amount, and a Certain Death. So let's take a look at Graft. When the creature attacks, doesn't tap during its controller's next untap step. When it becomes unattached, sacrifice permanent, and equip. So it's great to block. It's pretty good with stuff like Prey Upon. I'd like to try the card out. I haven't actually played it, but it seems very good. This is a late Brazen Wolves. We could go for like red-green. We haven't passed any red. Though, I don't know, blue seems really open. And this is just a powerful pack, so maybe the Wolves got here somehow. But I would expect to see a good red pack too, and red is pretty insane in this format. So actually, I might just take the Wolves, but I think Graft is a very good pick as well. But just with the way the draft's going, I think we're going to get good green pack 3, but we might see a lot of red pack 2. And, I mean, the Wolves obviously goes really well. We already have 2 Werewolves, so we could definitely get some synergy there. I will probably take a Shield Mate, could take a Creeper, Dusk Feaster. The black's been relatively open as well. Bloodbriar, Borrowed Hostility's decent. Probably Bloodbriar. There's a chance that those 5/4s came around. I've seen them go pretty late. They shouldn't, though. Whoa, Priest, super late. Also Fiendbinder. Well, maybe we're green-white. A Griff. And Paladin. Yeah, black seems pretty open. So I might get cut next pack from white. But, I mean, seeing the Priest come around so late, you know, white's definitely open at the entire table. I guess Lone Rider plus Stitcher's Graph would have been pretty cool, so it's a shame I passed up on that, but I didn't think we were going to be white at that point. I do think we're probably going to see a lot of good red pack too, but I mean, I think we're just locked in at this point into green-white. We could maybe be red-white if the red next pack is just insane, and there's so much good red in Eldritch Moon that if you're like guaranteed a really good red pack, it could be worth it just to move in for that, and then we should get some good white in pack 3. So I think red-white is still on the table, even though our green looks pretty good right now. And Survivalists over Standard Bearer. Seeing Survivalist is a good sign. Borrowed Grace. It's good with the Lone Rider. But I will say that Waxing Moon is almost playable in a deck like this. We have Captain and Shrill Howler already. It can be a really powerful trick if you have the cards for it. So I'm pretty happy after pack 1. I think like a blue-green Emerge deck could have looked pretty sick as well. It's weird passing all that white and ending up in white. It's possible next pack is going to be terrible, actually. Because we might have a green-blue deck, and we might have a heavy white deck to our left. So a little concerned that we might get a really bad pack. And here, there's Loopline Prototype, which I've had some success with. I had a great deck for it. It was green-black with Prey Upon, Clear Shot, Rabid Bite, Noose Constrictor, Olivia's Dragoons. So I could fight with it. I could just discard my hand instant speed. I also had Delirium, so if I milled this, I get an artifact creature in the graveyard. I even had the Spirit of the something, the 3/3 Flash Wolf, and Prototype's actually a wolf, so I could pump it, and it almost came up in one game. So, yeah, I mean, you can also play in aggressive decks where you just plan on dumping your hand. So, probably a bit of an underrated card. I've heard some people talking about it. Here, it's Prey Upon versus Captive. Generally think Captive is better. We've got a couple things to ramp into. I guess I could take another Captive. I also kind of want to get some removal. I suppose you don't want too many Captives. They get a little clunky. I'll take the Captive. Yep, there's a Smoldering Werewolf. And a Bombardment. Is there any way we can just like jump back into red? I don't know. I'm not sure if red-green is going to get there. Werewolf is so good though. And I mean, we have, let's see, uncommon. So an uncommon has been taken. Wolfkin Bond would be pretty decent. It's good on the Paladin, definitely on the Lone Rider, or on a Flyer. I think I just take the Werewolf just in case. I don't think I'm missing out on too much, and we might just see insane red for the rest of the pack. There's another Bombardment. We'll take a Clear Shot though, because we know we're going to be green. And it's probably just better than Bombardment. So this is actually a really good draft for going over how having two different sets affects your drafting, because you really have to pay attention. This is like the biggest trap that you can fall into with this format. You have to pay attention to the flow of the colors and anticipating which packs are going to be good. I've already been doing that a lot with this draft, of just thinking, okay, Eldritch Moon, red is really good in Eldritch Moon. If you're green-blue, you get a lot of good Emerge stuff. So you want to cut those cards, and you want to set up a good pack too for those colors. Same for the red-blue spells deck. You really need to cut the deck. If you get hated pack 2, your deck is going to suck, because pack 3 is not very good for your deck. Yeah, more really good red. There's another Borrowed Grace. So don't expect to see red in pack 3. And I expect to see some green, and green is pretty good in shadows. But also expect to see a lot of white in the last pack. So the options are taking a Thermal Alchemist and or Mockery of Nature or Borrowed Grace. At the moment, Borrowed Grace, if we are green-white. Other than the Captives, it looks pretty good. It pumps the Lone Rider. And Mockery is at least a decent sideboard card. We don't have anything to combine with it. Or you could just go with Alchemist. Or Abandoned Reason could be good. Tough pick. Guess I'm taking Mockery. I don't know about that one. Yeah, Incendiary Flow. Nothing really else here. Terrarian, Grapple. I think I'll take the Flow. Too bad I passed up on a red card there. I'm looking more like I might just stick with red. Grapple is decent. Doesn't fit too well here. Battlements gives haste to a creature. I don't know. That's probably worth running. The Scarecrow is decent, but I've definitely gotten hurt by its ability a few times. Especially if you have 5 drops. We do have a few. Let's get this back in. Let's get all this in here. Make Mischief is pretty marginal. So Grapple. Do you have any Delirium? Just Survivalists? I don't know. I've just been punished by the Scarecrow quite a bit lately, so I'll take the Battlements. Wow, late Kessig Prowler. That's really good. Also, an Alchemist would be nice, and Fiendbinder is decent too. And Grapple. So, with this pack... Oh, actually, there's a Whacking Moon. There's also another one. Maybe I should take that. I've got 4 things. Now there's also a Prototype, Field Creeper, Swift Spinner. Transform up to 1 Werewolf. And then Prototype, we have just a Clear Shot. Prototype isn't very good here. Creeper isn't. Spinner's okay for board. I'm going to take a Waxing Moon. Okay, Wolfkin Bond, Cultist Staff. Staff is really nice with the Lone Rider. I might prefer Staff to Bond. It's a little more flexible. You don't get the 2/2, but otherwise it's about the same thing. On turn 5, you just give something +2/+2. And less likely to get 2 for 1. So I could have had like 1 Alchemist or another Waxing Moon. Definitely don't need, well, a lot of Grapples. I don't think I need multiple Waxing Moons. Wait, is it just Werewolf? Yeah, it has to be Werewolf, so you can't flip the Lone Rider, unfortunately. And we have a Rabid Bite, a Hinterland Logger. Logger would be really nice, but we gotta take the Bite. Get more removal. Also, Angelic Purge, but I'll go with Bite. Howlpack Resurgence, Angelic Purge. Tough pick. Where are we with werewolves? 1, like if we are red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not great yet. So, it might also table. I think people are less likely to be like heavy werewolves in this format. With Eldritch Moon coming in. I think I'll take Purge. Expect to see a lot of good white this pack. Moonlight Hunt. Fox. Expose Evil. Wolves. Oh, Uncaged Fury. Fury could be really good. I mean, let's see how it looks with the white out. I mean, we're a bit short on playables. We could play Wolfkin Bond. But Uncaged Fury could be really good. We got some large creatures. I mean, Hunt is also really good. But might table. We might get all the werewolf cards to table. Seem pretty open. Alright, Howlpack Wolf. Nothing else here. So the white isn't... I mean, it's probably open, but we're not really seeing a ton, so it might just be packs that aren't super white heavy. So I think this is going to come down to, like, are we tabling those two werewolf cards? Skinner's nice, Courier's nice. I think we take the Hunter, though, in case we get the werewolf synergy stuff back. I feel like we will. We saw, like, a super late Prowler. I feel like we're going to get both of those back. But maybe there's someone who moved into werewolves and we're not going to get there. Might just put the other Waxing Moon in. I mean, it's certainly less flexible than a Woodcutter's Grit, but it's got some pretty high blowout potential. Like, turn 4, just flip your Howler, get a 3-2. See, Bloodbriar, probably not making the cut. Don't think we're sacrificing anything, just a Mockery. Maybe we could just run the Mockery. It's okay, just a large creature. Ooh, Ulrich's Kindred. So good. I was doing some great things with this in Prey Upon, because you can attack, your opponent blocks, you indestructible it, and then post-combat you can just prey upon it, and it won't die. Aim high, come on. Give me those werewolf cards back, please. I want them so badly. We're now just legit werewolf deck. Oh, Quilled Wolf. I think they're coming unless if someone sees all those werewolf cards and just wants to hate us. I think we're getting them. Like, we're getting all the wolf cards. Oh, and the Logger. I think we're gonna get all of them. I think we're getting all of them unless if someone just had a bad day and just wants to have no fun for anyone else in the draft. I think it's this pack, the Resurgence. I thought it was this pack. Maybe not. Okay, we got the Hunt. Didn't get the Resurgence. I guess I should have taken it. I mean, I took an Angelic Purge, right? At the time we thought white was going to be really open. So, yeah, I'm okay with my decision. I feel like someone just hated it. They got a little upset. Seeing, oh, could have been werewolves, and whoa, that's a late Byway Courier. Or did I take Uncaged Fury? No, I took Fury over the Hunt. So, yeah, I mean, I feel really good with how I navigated this draft. I think everything I said basically was right as far as what was happening with the colors. I think understanding that is really vital to having successful drafts. Just knowing whether like you can have one pack where your color's open. If it's a good pack for your color, that can be okay. Where normally you just always want to get two open packs. So there's some interesting things going on with this draft format. I would probably want to try the battlements. Giving haste to a creature could be cool. Could haste in a Mockery. Usually doesn't cost too much mana if you're sacrificing something large. But we don't need the Cultist Staff, I don't think, or the Wolfkin Bond. It does make a wolf, I guess. We do have some synergy with that. Aim high. Yeah, I like the pump. I like all these. Yeah, I like all these cards. Waxing Moon. 1, 2. I mean, you don't really want to put on the Logger. It's okay on Prowler. And it's actively good on the Captives. It's good on Howler. It's okay on Hunter. It's good on, or at least decent on Smoldering Werewolf. Also gives things trample until a turn. So it can be a good combo with Uncaged Fury. It gives everything trample, flip something, makes it big, and then you Uncaged Fury for the win. But we also could just play like a Wolfkin Bond or Cultist Staff over it. Two is a lot. I mean, the card doesn't really do anything. It's kind of like a Dark Ritual. It just gives you some extra mana, basically. So it does reduce the number of cards that actually do anything in the deck, and you want to be careful not to have too many of those. So maybe just a staff could be better. Staff is kind of cool with the like solitary hunter werewolves, because if it's already in play, you can just equip it for your whole turn and then flip a werewolf. But we only have 2 of those. I do want to try this. I do want to try this. I feel like maybe just the cultist staff is a little more consistent, because it actually does something rather than just give you extra mana. It actually adds stuff to the board. I mean, it's really good on Kindred or with Kindred. Good with Howler. Though the deck also has a lot of mana sinks, so this is another mana sink. It's kind of a lot. We'll just go 1 moon. And yeah, we have Woodcutter's Grid. I'm not a big fan of it. I think 3 mana for pump spells just a bit too expensive. If it's not something like Uncaged Fury. And giving Hexproof I don't think adds too much to it. So for mana, we don't need a ton of red. Maybe 7 would be good. 9/7 with a colorless land. Definitely would want 9 forests. I think that's fine. We can do without red for a while. I mean, the battlements, I could also just run a mountain over it, but I want to try it, and it's not good with the captives, but it's good with some of our cards. It could give us some extra damage in the late game. I want to try the card. So I'm doing a lot of trying cards here, but I like this deck. I think it's pretty powerful. So I'm going to see you guys for round 1. Okay, we're ready for round 1, and we're doing it. This is the hand. This is definitely gonna beat down. Now, yeah, if the opponent just has choking restraints or something, they can shut this down. Otherwise, I don't know. Could be a pretty big beating. Now, there's a question: do we want to just smash for 4 on turn 3, or go for the Howler? Thinking probably Howler. Now we could also could just trade the captive off. I kind of like that. It's just if they have removal for Howler, we're really in a tough spot. If they don't, then we're looking great. But we're also, so we're taking some damage. They play a creature, we play Howler, we're taking more damage. Wait, this adds 2 mana? Maybe I could go Waxing Moon, then next turn play Howler, and then I could flip Howler with the 4/6. Either way, I guess I'll just take this damage. Give myself some more options for next turn. I'm just, yeah, it's red-white. They're pretty aggressive. So they go for the flip here. They could also, that does 5 damage right now, so you're trying to block and flip, it might just get killed. Like, it'd basically be a 2 for 2, and I think we can do better. Could go with Shrill Howler, take the beat, and then go to flip and Brazen Wolves, and then flip the werewolf back. Just does die to some of the random pings in red. Like, if they go Smoldering Werewolf, just kill it, that would be horrendous. Where otherwise, if we go Wolves, I can at least protect Howler with the Waxing Moon. Yeah, I'm going to go for Wolves. It's a little slower, but I think once the Howler flips, a 3/5 against a red-white deck is just going to be a huge beating. Could even maybe block here. Died a lot of pump spells. I guess actually the 3/2 does take out the Howler if it blocks, so we probably do want to block here. I guess Spiteful Motives just wrecks us, but yeah, I mean I want to take a chance to kill the werewolf, because otherwise it holds off our Howler. If they play something else this turn, it flips their werewolf. That's also good for us. I'm gonna wait. Hope they try to bombardment or something. I mean, next turn we can just flip and attack. Actually, this turn I like block with Captive and Waxing Moon the Captive, and then next turn flip the Howler and attack with it. Huh. Just the Reaver. Yeah, let's do that. So we eat their guy, prevent them from flipping the Forge Master. And let's see if they can kill the Howler now, but then we'll still have a 4/6, so we're ahead on the clock. Constable. Oh, aim high. I think we gotta go for the flip here. Might get wrecked. But they have the I think we have to go for it. There's not that many burn spells that hurt us. I think if they had bombardment, they would have used it already. Could be wrong. Wait, I guess I attack first. Creatures with power less can't block it. Okay. Could also just attack with both. Well, attack with both is not bad. That deals them a lot of damage. I guess the Forge Master is going to flip afterwards. But if we attack with both, we get to just keep up aim high. We're not getting so wrecked by removal. I mean, I don't feel like they have removal, but if they did, I mean, we are... It is pretty bad for us if they have removal here. It would basically just be bombardment. I do feel like it's very unlikely. I can't say it's impossible. Like, maybe they've just been waiting, knowing eventually I'm going to flip the Howler. But no, they would have gone for... They would have killed the Abomination when I went for it last turn, I'm pretty sure. So I guess they don't have anything. If they don't have anything, I think just flip and attack. Get a 3/2. The 3/2s aren't great against the Forge Master, though. I think I'm just going to attack and flip. Get the 3/2. So we're looking really good. I mean, they can halt our board temporarily just with the werewolf. Werewolf is still annoying, but we can get in with the 4/6 each turn if they're not tapping with Constable. But werewolf kind of holds back the 3-5 and the 3-2. I could just trade the 3-5 with the 3-2. Obviously, I can go for an aim high. That might be the best play. It does leave me a little open to, some kind of trick, but there's not that much that would hurt me. And they're tapping out for Fiendbinder. Okay, so we're gonna get. I think we're gonna get a pretty nice attack in here. Whoa, this is really aggressive. Discarding like a useful creature too, and Pyrohound. I mean, they have one card in hand. I don't feel like they're beating us anytime soon. Like, we're just swinging back, getting another 3-2. That's also pretty good. Yep. Smash with everything. And we can Moonlight Hunt, but we also don't have to. We can just sit back. I mean, Hunt's going to deal 7 damage to whatever we hit. So we can just, opponent takes 10, they go to 7, we get another 3-2. They can't really make an all-in attack. If they do, we've got, double spell to wreck them. So no reason to use the Hunt yet. Fury Blade Vampire doesn't do anything. Imagine opponent has some madness for them to run Constable and Fury Blade. Attacking, okay. Thinking we just take it and go for the win. Just go Hunt on anything really, but probably Constable. It doesn't matter. I should probably just go to my turn though. Like, more likely to flip the werewolf in case something crazy happens. But can't imagine that. I don't think there's anything they could have. Like, they're already dead right now. They have to kill a token, and then I still have aim high. So I don't think there's anything they could have. Oh, I guess there's that prevent all damage that non-humans deal. I mean, but are you really running that in like a red-white aggressive deck? Don't think so. And I mean, we're still beating that card. Because after Binder goes off, we could untap a creature and block. Okay, so red-white aggressive, we'd want to put stuff that blocks well early in. Something like Bloodbriar, potentially, just a 2-3 could be fine. But hey, Waxing Moon, that's, that did exactly what we wanted it to do. Though even then, I mean, I wouldn't really have wanted 2 Waxing Moons that game. Something that you kind of want one of, and it depends, it's situational. Like, if you draw 2 and just 1 werewolf, it's so bad compared to, drawing a creature that can block early. But yeah, I definitely like at least 1. Everything in here seems to work pretty well against our opponent. Uncaged Fury is less interesting because you want to play a little more defense. Mockery of Nature, they could be playing Choking Restraints or like Nahiri's Machinations. We didn't see anything yet, but 6/5s are also kind of decent. You could maybe cut it for Bloodbriar just to get another early blocker. Let's go Curve Sort. We have so many 2s though, and then we've got a good number of 3s, and we have a 1-drop. So I don't think we're having much trouble with early blocking. So I'm going to resubmit. Okay, this hand's a beating. Turn 1 Prowler, turn 2 Staff, turn 3 Equip. Oh wow, and a Howler. Howler is really good with Staff. Opponent should be the aggressive deck, but we might be the aggressor this game. Okay, just a Reaver. Oh, I don't like off-ramp the trade. I think I just take a little extra damage. I don't know, they might take it. Eventually I could actually flip it. I mean, that could be a 6/6 eventually compared to the 2/2. Like, trading off creatures when you have a Staff and your guys flip, when they could have 1 removal spell, it's kind of bad. Though you don't want your life total to get too low. And we do have to find a way to deal with this eventually. It all kind of comes down to, like, do they have removal? I don't think we saw any in the first game. Because if they don't have removal, easy trade this off, play Howler, and put the Staff on it. So turn 4, we're just smashing, and like game over at that point. But if they do have removal for Howler, then we're going to need this Prowler to be big enough to hold off the Reaver. So I think I just go Staff and pass. And I don't want to use Flow yet. They could definitely have something more threatening, like a Fiendbinder. So let's just throw the Staff out there. We'll take some damage back. I don't like doing that a lot against red-white. I always like to give them credit that they could just explode onto the board and borrowed Grace on some tokens and get your lifted on really quickly. Oof, and a Fox. That's exactly what I don't want to see here. I guess I'd rather trade with Fox than Reaver, so I'll take the 2, I think. Then we'll go for Howler. If we get so wrecked by a dual shot, they won't have dual shot. They would have just killed the Prowler, I think. Maybe they would have traded. I don't know. Dual shot would be so sick. But if they don't have removal, it's just game over with the Staff on Howler. They're not going to be able to block it. Don't dual shot me, bro. Don't dual shot me, bro. That would be so sick. Or Smoldering Werewolf. I mean, obviously that's sicker. Smoldering Werewolf is insane. I definitely put it too low on my top uncommons list. I think it should be number 2. Actually better than this burn spell. I think it's right behind Savage Alliance. The card is such a blowout. And ping effects are really good in this format. And there's a lot of them too. Do we block? I think we do. I can also have Bless Alliance randomly. I think we gotta block. Like if it's Bless Alliance, we'd want to just take this, put Staff on Howler, attack with both. I mean, anything to protect the Howler could be worth it. Okay. Strength of Arms. That's fine. Make Mischief would be really cool too. Alright. Well, I drew Survivalist. I mean, let's just smash with the Howler. Oh, wait. Oh, what am I... Sorry, this whole time I was thinking if this attacks, somehow it flips. I don't know what I was thinking, but it's still a really good attacker. But I was confusing myself. I was thinking we were already getting Eldrazi. So, probably some people were just yelling at the screen there, just, what are you doing? I don't know if that changed anything, though. So, again, I don't like trading damage back and forth, but I don't think we can just trade Howler for Fox. Opponent has just 3 cards in hand. Because on turn 6 we flip Howler, we get a 3/2 out of it, and then we have a blocker. So it seems like such a terrible trade, and we don't have anything else going on. We could make one large creature, pump in a survivalist, and just leave it back for a while. But they may have a way to break through. And if they just have like an alchemist grading here, kill a survivalist, we're gonna have to flow the fox, pump up the howler, and then probably still attack with it. Like, we could leave it back to block, but I mean, losing it to a combat trick when instead we could just be getting 3/2 creatures, and we can just ignore combat tricks. That would kind of suck. Oh, distemper? I mean, they do have a lot of Manus enablers. I don't like this card. I mean, they're just taking a 2-for-1 here. I guess I can just block the fox now. Or if I'm planning on flow, I guess it's the same damage. Bad trade, but I don't want to go so low. Let's block fox. Because they're trampling over for 1. I'm taking the same damage whether I block which one. Oh, Otherworldly Outburst. So they... Okay, so they just get a 3/2 out of it as well. Okay, got wolves. So we're going to kill the 3/2. And we're going to play wolves. We have 1 turn for them to not draw like a ping. You can protect with putting staff on the howler, but wolves holding back the reaver, preventing 2 damage, and then maybe getting even more damage in next turn. I think it's worth it. The other thing is, I suppose they could get a 5-power creature that could actually block howler for a turn, but I don't know, I feel pretty good. They're at 6 mana, Spreading Flames is 7. But if they do have flames, I think I'm just a little too far ahead. Oh. Iron Rites Cleansing. Exile target artifact or enchantment for 3. For the staff. So that, I don't know if that's worth it. It's not a very good sideboard card. Like, costing 3, being sorcery speed, it's pretty bad. I mean, okay, you exile, but how often does that matter? Alright, so this looks like the end. Well, yeah, I guess I feel better about not equipping the staff since they're just playing that. Alright, don't think there's anything they can draw here. And they're going to 1. I'll just hold every card. If they have that Wrath and Plains, I'll want cards over. That's the only thing I could think of. Okay. So that's the match. The opponent's deck looked pretty weak. I think red-white can be really explosive, really powerful, if you get the good cards for it. If you get some of those powerful uncommons, like if opponent had a Smoldering Werewolf, we would have gotten crushed that game. But our deck performs quite well. I think we did hit with the Waxing Moon in that first game, so the card is a real thing. It looks like one of those cards that's just, cute and not actually good, but I don't know. It gives you a lot of mana. Like it's a Dark Ritual for maybe 4 or 5 mana, and that's pretty powerful. And you can 1-for-1 with it with some extra value. So, yep, that's it. See you for round 2. Alright, ready for round 2. We're on the draw here. We've got 2 mountains. We currently can't cast anything in our hand, but when we do get up to 3 mana, we've got 2 really nice 3-drops. And when we get green mana, we've got Clear Shot to kill something out. Maybe even get a 2-for-1, and then a 4/3. So we need to draw green. We're running, oh gosh, I think like, yeah, 9 green sources. I think that's enough. So I'm going to keep this. We have a lot of 2-drops, so it's a little unfortunate. A lot of our 2-drops are green, so we need to draw like Forest plus a Captive. Well, That's the forest. So now we actually have a lot of good draws for turn 2 to make this hand really good. But it's already very good. There's an Alchemist, Haunter. Okay. Hope we get the Smoldering Werewolf, blow that out. Uncaged Fury. So the opponent has a jump on us, but we should be able to come back pretty quickly. Waxing Moon looking pretty unexciting at the moment, but we do also have an Uncaged Fury, so we might be able to make something happen there. Ugh, Staff. Let's go with Wolves. Gets the most damage in. Okay, Maniac. It's not so bad. Rabbit Bite. That's good. Let's smash, go for Wolf. Oh, what am I doing? Oh no, I know what I'm doing. I'm clear-shotting. I'm just like, wait, this is a bad play. Why would I do this? Oh, because it's actually a good play. So, Alchemist or Haunter? Haunter's probably more damage. As long as I, like, if I draw Smoldering Werewolf, obviously I just kill it, but I mean, Alchemist can block small creatures, but my deck doesn't really play small creatures. All my cards are going to be big, so I think we're actually preventing more damage. So that's my first 2-for-1 with Clear Shot. So card seems pretty insane, right? 3 mana, just kill your 2 best things. Alright, here's the Griff, but I mean, that just put opponent very far behind, and what's also great, well, they got some mana up, now they're going to drag under? That'd be sick. Just going to say, yeah, I'm just like, wow, like now we're looking like ahead, but not anymore. That was a huge drag under. I mean, otherwise we just attack for 4, and then we Rabbit Bite, finish off the Griff, and then it's just lights out. I mean, just hopefully they don't have a spell here, and we're starting to get kind of low on life. Yeah, that's a really, really good drag under. Wretched Griff. Alright, hope they don't have anything. Okay. Alright, we're safe. Still going kind of low. They got the Alchemist. What'd they get? Just, oh, they got a Forest. Forest could be, oh, the 5/4. That would be terrible. Really hope they don't have that. This is a game that, like, we should be able to win, but they've had, like, the Drag Under was just so good. And if they have a good follow-up like that Lurker, then we're probably just going to lose. Lurker would be really good. They do have to sacrifice the Alchemist, but I think we just be too far behind. Okay, reduced ashes. Removal is not that bad, so we can just replace it with the Wolf. Or the Survivalists. We're mana efficient, but we're going to 7, then we're going to 6. It's getting close. We need them to start bricking out. It's going to be tough. I can just hard cast the Lurker now. Well, it's not over yet. We can just replay it and maybe block, but that's very, very bad. not attacking? I don't know why they're not attacking there. Seems like they should just attack. Oh god. Another alchemist. What can we draw? I don't think we have any life gain. I mean, it's got to be like a giant uncaged fury. That's our out. But going to 4, going to 2, going to 0. So I don't think that's happening. I mean, it's 12 damage first strike. Guess we slam with both. Yeah, let's slam with both. We'll go Waxing Moon, I think. They're gonna block Scarecrow on the 3/4, Lurker on the 4/3. What happens if we Waxing Moon here? It's gonna flip back, unfortunately. So, Howler, I guess. Maybe Logger. No, they're just gonna block again. Might need to give everything trample. Let's go Howler. Yeah, so we chump Lurker if they attack. I don't think we can do it. Uncaged Fury does a lot of damage, but this is 5. It's 12 damage off the Hunter, but I don't think that's good enough. They literally have to just take this attack for that to work. That's if I even draw land. I guess I don't need to draw land. Oh, maybe I'd have an out. Land. I'm dying this turn. Mockery could kill Scarecrow. It's probably just swing with both and hope they randomly take it. I think that's all I can do. Yeah, maybe they throw an Alchemist in the way or something. Yep. They go to 6. That's not enough. That's unfortunate. A few things gone differently, we would have won that game. Staff was pretty clunky, obviously. If you don't draw many lands, it's not very good. Waxing Moons is a little weaker because they've got Drag Under. But nothing in the board's that great. Bloodbar is not that exciting. So we'll run it back. Okay, much better opener. Battlements. It's interesting. Can flip this pretty quickly. little short on red there. I want to go with wolves though, over just killing the alchemist. They really have to block here. I don't think they can take it, but might as well go for it. We're probably just too fast for them this game, barring like a Nahiri's Wrath. Drag under, that's fine. Just flip Prowler Bash. What? Why did these order like this? We just drew a forest. Yet the Brazen Wolves shows up at the end of our hand? That got drag undered? That's weird. What? What? What are you doing? Didn't realize I could flip? Jeez, that's the easiest flip I've ever seen. Wow, that was really good for us. Oh, they got a 4/4. Another forest. Mountain would be really good. That sucks. So, I mean, gosh, this card is, like, kind of sucks for them. I could just trade, but let's just pass. I mean, makes it harder for them to cast stuff. I guess we'd sit back for at least a little bit. Geist, okay. We get to flip Captive next turn. Howler. Howler's not great because it gets blocked by Geist. So the question here is, do we... I mean, we could just not attack at all, but we probably want to attack. Do we attack with Predator and Wolves, or just Wolves? Because if it's just Wolves, if it's Predator and Wolves, they're going to trade with Predator. So it's going to be 4 extra damage, but then I'm going to have a Wolves instead of a Predator. So is the difference between Predator and Wolves worth 4 damage? That seems really close. I'm not sure about that. I think it's worth it. Like, it's a lot better on defense. And then you can't be double blocked. Can't just be eaten by like a 3/2. I think that's a big difference. So I'm just gonna send the Wolves. I mean, they probably want to block, right? They don't want to sit under Scarecrow for a bunch of turns. Yeah. But if I don't attack, then I'm just like, I think I'm just giving them too many turns. I think I just flip this now. Just don't allow for any response. I mean, it gives them some information, but I mean, if a Galvanic Bombardment gets to hit this, when otherwise it's almost blanked, that's pretty bad. I guess it hits my Shrowler, but Shrowler, yeah, it hits the Shrowler. Hits the Shrill Howler. Okay, Lurker. Yeah, I'm pretty fine with that. So we jam for 4. Then play these. I mean, we're still the aggressor here, so let's force the trade. That opens up our Howler potentially. they're stuck on, well, okay, they got 5 mana now. If they tap out for something, though, I get to flip and hit in. So I don't know. If they just pass, then I think I just flip the captive and attack with both. That means I'm not getting wrecked. But of course, I'd prefer to just get the Howler in. Poor. Okay. Please don't also have something. Don't just Fiery Temper me here. Their deck is pretty strong. If I lose to them, I guess I'm not too upset. Okay, Mountain. Alright. One, two, three. For 5, 6. Alright, just smash Howler. 5, 6, and then if they bounce it, we just get to replay it. I mean, maybe they didn't go for poor if they didn't have an answer to also play. Other option is flip captive, attack with both. Definitely plays better against like one burn spell, but they can also just play a big creature. I think I want to get the 3/3s, the 3/2s going. So let's do that. Well, so we're attacking first. Oof, okay. It's pretty bad. So the captive play would have worked better against Mutation. Here comes a fatty, right? Explorers. Okay, Explorers is annoying, but you know, if they don't have Haunter, sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spells, 9 lands. It's pretty bad. I'm gonna hold on to the flow. I'm at 18. I've got a lot of life to play with. I can probably find a better target. Might prevent some double blocks. Okay, Clusac. Still pretty worried. Like, they've got a lot of cards in hand. They probably have a decent amount of gas. They've just got a lot more spells than me this game. Yeah, press. Yep. Have a lot of good draws, though. Kind of feel like just killing Alchemist this game. Because I could draw Smoldering. That's the reason not to play this card. But I mean, glad I didn't run 2. But yeah, like just adding an extra blank in this spot when it could have been just anything. I guess a 2/3 wouldn't have done much. And they still have a clue token. It's not looking good. Oh god, what is this? Another lurker. Yeah, their deck's really good. Could like haste it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just gonna flip it. Please. This game is so unfair. Like, look what I'm working with. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 spells versus 3. Like, this seems like a game I should win, right? With the way that all the board is worked out, but just... And then one of my spells is a complete blank, but my fault for putting it in the deck. Alright, we'll attack. Another, like, I guess it does something. It's gonna eat one of their creatures. Which one do we want to eat? And the flyer could be a real problem. Maybe the right play was actually just hold back the 4/6 so the lurker can't get an attack in this turn. What? Okay. Well, if they go all in and they don't have anything, I could draw Uncaged Fury for the win. So, taking 7, we go to 5. 7, 9, we go to 3. I mean, we have more turns on the clock, I think. Yeah, depending on what we draw, if we just block the Griff. If we block the Lurker, then we go to 5, and then we're facing 2 flyers. We have some removal left in the deck. Let's take a look. And of course, we're just hoping they just don't have anything. They could still have some good stuff left over. Oh, that's not it. EMN up here. So we've got Moonlight Hunt, Rabbit Bite, Clear Shot, Somberweld Stag, Mockery. I mean, Mockery, do we have enough mana? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we have to sacrifice this. Mockery would be lethal if they don't have anything. Doesn't change much. So I think we have 3 ways to kill a flyer. But either way, I think just blocking the Griff's better. Gives us more time, I think. I mean, we have to draw something next turn, regardless. I think going to 3 is going to be better. Alright. Hope they don't have anything, but I definitely have outs. Oh, come on. Transform it. Well, no more outs. Alright. That's it. Opponent's deck was super sick. I think I got to show the highs and the lows of playing a card like Waxing Moon. So, you know, it's still going to be something that I'm considering as, you know, definitely a card that's playable. I think I had enough werewolves for it. So I think if you had, I had maybe 6, you have 6 werewolves that are the ones that get really good if you flip them. So the ones from Eldritch Moon, if you have like 6 of those, then I think playing one of them is pretty good. But you still are going to run into the spot where it just doesn't do anything. And, yeah, I think opponent had enough to beat us, even if it was something that did something. But yeah, so hope you enjoyed that. Definitely be doing more Eldritch Moon drafts. So yeah, look for those, and I'll see you guys next time.